Tonight, we are going to ask the age-old question. Who is lying to YouTube? Us, the people, the community. Is it WOACB or is it the SILVERFEESH cult? Because both of these sides have a different claim. As you saw on my thumbnail, one side claims that there's a mountain of evidence turned into a judge, which led to an RO, a restraining order, being filed. The other side claims the opposite. They say there was not a mountain of evidence, that it's all a big lie, and blah, blah, blah. Join my cult. Let me control you. Boo, boo, woo, woo, lobster rolls. I don't cut my fingernails. Do you want to know the truth? Do you want to make up your mind from seeing the evidence and drawing your own conclusion? Well, that's exactly what you're going to do tonight, because I have every bit of evidence turned in for this RO, which led to this NDA, which has led to this entire thing. I have the videos. I have the tweets. I have the claims. Everything. We've already read the NDA. You can go to the stream I did a few days ago. We've already looked at the RO itself, not only the day before yesterday, but yesterday it's too. And tonight, you're going to get every tiny piece of evidence. I'm going to let you know now, trigger warning. It's shocking. It's disgusting. It's one of the craziest things you'll ever see online. It is, before your eyes, the formation of a cult. Though, who's running it? Is it KJP without a crystal ball running a cult? Or is it the SILVERFEESH cult? Find out right now. Think for yourself. Look at the evidence and make up your own mind. Give me your opinion in the live chat. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. This is What, Busy?
You can see people suck bird.
Shut up, you little pervert. This is UNIRock Live. like being lied to, and I know you don't like being lied to either. We don't like being lied to. So what's the deal, Lucille? What is the deal? What is going on here? So, instead of just doing what I would do here on this channel, you guys know I've been actually doing a little bit of a presentation for you when I stream. It's a little different, I know. You're like, Uni, doing a presentation? He hasn't done those in a while. So I'm doing it. I'm here, and we're going to do this. This will reveal to you a cult. It will reveal to you constant harassment. It will reveal to you disgusting online behavior, and it will embody the thing that most creators, I would say that the general base of YouTube tries to incite people to join their channel, to subscribe, right? They want people to watch. They want people to chat, especially if they go live. But even if they don't, the point is that people are going to sub to you, and those people will click your videos through ad play, through donation, through Patreon or membership, whatever you got set up, PayPal. You will make money. And because you make money based off of how many people watch you, more people means more success. You can literally do YouTube full time like I've done over a 6-year time period, going from, 2 years at under 1,000 subscribers, having my channels blow up, and now doing what you see me do now. Or other people like PewDiePie, who started out extremely small, but then rose to be the biggest channel ever seen on social media. For good reason, because he's good. He's awesome. He gave me $500. You remember when PewDiePie gave me $500? I was broke. PewDiePie saved my ass. I'm not playing. That clip is out there. It's pretty crazy to think, though, that there are channels that try to do the opposite. Their intent is not to gain a subscriber base, to criticize logically, positive, good community where people focus on positivity, constructive criticism, a reason behind what they do that isn't negative, hateful, or wrong, harassing. See, you have to really look at what's going on from a channel and ask yourself if that channel is doing something good or if it's doing something bad. Now, why is that? Well, because these subscriber numbers, and I went into way more detail yesterday, and I'm going to go into shorter detail tonight. These subscriber numbers are people. They're not just an empty number. They're not just idiots. They're people from all over the world who have access to the internet, access to YouTube, right? And why would you think that a group of people would pull together to try to convince others that a channel isn't worth subscribing to, supporting, or whatever it may be? You see, that intent is negative, it's hateful, because we, whether we want to admit it or not, are in front of large groups of people. Therefore, we will have an impact based on how we choose to present ourselves on the people watching. I think you can look at the content and the impact it can or potentially will have, and ask yourself whether they're doing something positive or negative. Now, why does YouTube ban people for getting into congregations and doing extremely negative things? You could look at a creator and say that creator may just be sitting on his channel and sitting on his Insta and sitting on his Facebook, maybe pulling people together for negative reasons, to try to put down somebody, to try to tell you not to watch or support somebody, to tell you how evil or nasty or mean somebody is or whatever. The point is, are they backing it up with evidence, or is it an unnecessary type of, is it a story? Are we letting you know what's going on? Or are we trying to actually affect something with what we do? And in what I'm about to show you, you've got two people that are historically and known on the platform for being negative influences, okay? KDJP, whether she'll admit it or not, gets a backlash for being and practicing negative practices. Practices that, whether or not on her channel she tries to pull people together, sometimes with the content that she does, whether she's targeting a celebrity or she's targeting maybe a YouTuber, it will have an adverse effect on their privacy, an adverse effect on the thought that people have about them. Now, when you talk about a public figure and you want to be negative or you want to be rude or whatever it may be, sometimes you're going to get sued because defamation, lies, slander, not being able to prove what you say, maybe taking a small little thing and blowing it up into this big thing for views, for clicks. These things are all things that I've criticized KJP, whether knowingly or unknowingly doing, with the intent that KJP would possibly either hear it or maybe that criticism could ricochet through or have an effect of itself to maybe get her doing things the right way. A lot of YouTubers do not want to do things the right way because the right way on YouTube is a long slog where you make an impact, make an effect with your voice, your logic, your intelligence, your opinion, and you just move forward. And a lot of people will want to do things to go outside that realm. Why? Because it will. If let's say you could take, hey, Lauren, hey, Unifam, how are you all today? We're doing great. Thanks for the support. Appreciate you and glad to see you tonight. Tonight's going to be a big one. But anyway, let me get to it. So what I'm saying is that KJP and the criticism against her is meant to either educate people that are watching to the fact that you have this opinion and you would do something differently than her, and that's the kind of point for why she's wrong or she's not doing things correctly from a content perspective. Though you got other people out there that are trying to dig into people's lives. That's something KJP was criticized for. She claims to not be doing it anymore or as much as she was, but then again, you know, if you've watched my content, that she's dealing with legal repercussions for what she did, and we can only hope that she learns from it, doesn't do that anymore, because she's going to be on this platform whether we like it or not, and hopefully she can take the criticism and move forward and have a big channel and do something good with it, while at the same time being able to make subscribers and views. On the other side of the verses, because this is versus mode live, KJP without a crystal ball, Katie Joy versus the Silverfeesh cult. Now I'll explain the people on the other side of the verses. There is a small cult of people. You can figure out who it is just by looking at the administrators of this, what was originally a secret, non-public group. Though, after they realized me and several other people had been looking at the posts they put in this group and exposing the posts where they doxed, harassed, threatened, and you'll see some of that in just a little bit, other people, that group then, because of a cult-like influence from who I call the Silverfeesh, that group was extremely negative, trying to affect Katie's life. Yesterday, you heard video recordings. Well, and they'll do this to any YouTuber. When I say Katie, it doesn't matter if it's Katie, because Katie's just the person they're targeting now. Once they've run out of their use attacking her and making her the target, they will do it to someone else. One of the best things that cults like this do for us is congregate people that are willing to take things too far and let the platforms know so they can be banned, monitored, or even charged for what they do. Nate says temporary restraining orders are restraining orders. Don't fall for the BS. Temporary jobs are jobs. Exactly, Nate. Nate the lawyer. I got a celebrity in my chat. I got a big YouTuber. Look at this. Look at this. We got Nate the lawyer in here. If you need to get up on my stream soon and talk to me, Nate, we need to get you in here. Hopefully we can schedule that here soon. But anyway, appreciate it. Thanks for the support. If I was as successful on YouTube as you, I would come donate to you while you were live. Maybe after I start posting more regular content, Nate, I'll come hook you up. Thank you for the support, though, man. I really do appreciate it. Make sure you sub to Nate. I've been supporting Nate for a long time. Damn, does he make some good videos. See, he's doing what I'm doing tonight. I choose to do this sometimes. He does it all the time. He puts one side up on the screen and the other side up on the screen, and he wants you to make up your own mind. And I like that kind of content. My main channel focused on that for a really long time early in YouTube. Nate is slaying it because he's a lawyer, a previous DA, police officer, right? Okay, now over to the Silverfeesh cult. I call this group of people the Silverfeesh cult. I actually do have an extensive argument for why they are a cult on the internet. And internet cults operate much like real-world cults, but there are a few changes due to the fact that they are going through a screen, and they're all, instead of in real life affecting each other, they're sitting in like a closet or in their room or wherever they sit on their computer or phone doing what they do. But this group, however you want to see it, this group of people, just say this group of people, definitely banded together, and what I'm about to show you that they've said and done directed towards KJP is not the kind of thing you should see on YouTube. Sure, if it's your opinion that people shouldn't support a certain kind of action or behavior, I'm down. Though, if it's your opinion that no matter what another YouTuber does, you shouldn't support that YouTuber, I do not agree with that. Let's pretend that KJP completely listens to the criticism out there against her, changes her ways, and doesn't get criticized, at least as often, on YouTube. This group would still be harassing her. They've been doing it for an exceptionally long period of time. Therese, so good to see you. Thanks for joining. I really appreciate you. I can only tell you that I am biased as a mother. Can I curse yet, Busy, or do... I know we're not supposed to curse in like the first 30 seconds, but on a live stream, it extends it out a little bit depending on how long it is. I can't curse. Can I say fluffer? Fluffer works? Okay. I am a biased as a mother fluffer because I've seen the evidence, and that's why my opinion is going to be what it is. Though, as you see what I'm about to show you, I do believe you're going to agree with me, though you're welcome to make up your own mind and form your own opinion. That's the point of tonight. I'm going to be upfront with you this entire time. I'm not like Nate the lawyer on a lot of these things. My opinion, and that's the point of my channel, that's why I'm a little different from some other channels, is to tell it to you and react, and most of the time try to at least be entertaining, comedic, or funny while doing it. This, though, is going to be hard for me to do that. I'm going to warn you now. I want to be comedic. I want to be funny. I want to be entertaining, but we're dealing with targeted harassment by the definition. We're dealing with forming a cult by definition. We're dealing with targeting, I'd say, mentally weak or mentally ill individuals due to the conditions in their lives by definition. And we're dealing with a person cultivating that negative flow, that thing, that cult. That's all you can call it. It's all you could say is bringing these people together under the guise that someone has full control over what their opinions can be if they're going to be around. Because if you have a positive opinion of a certain person while you're around these people, you become the enemy. And it doesn't matter what your opinion is. It's not argued with logic, reason, and common sense. It's argued with threats, harassment. An example is True. An example is Charlotte. An example, many other people out there who witnessed the targeted harassment campaign that I'd been telling people about for over a year against KJP. If you want to see those videos, they're entitled The Targeted Harassment Campaign Against Without a Crystal Ball 1 and 2 on UNIRock 2. You will find that those videos are even more relevant now that the NDA has expired, the RO has come out, and now we have two differing sides, two differing opinions. KJP says, I'm telling the truth. The Silverfish, the Silver Flap King says, he's telling the truth. And there's only one thing you can do. Jaden, is that you? Okay. Try to calm the dog down, or I'm going to ground your ass. There's only one thing you can do to make up your mind. And that is look at this evidence. So let's go. Let's get there. Let's pull it up. Trigger warning for people who might be sensitive to some really extreme shit. It's about as extreme as I'll ever show you on this platform. Not including my crime documentaries like Restrained and others that deal with really bad things, but, you know, those are more documentary and instead of live streams. So anyway, here we go. straight from the documents used by the judge to be able to make up the judge's mind on whether a restraining order. There's three options for a judge. I'm going to say this again, but I'm going to say it a lot quicker right now. Give me some music, Busy, so I can say this out loud. When you go and ask for an RO, the judge is going to have three options. One, file the RO just because of the amount of evidence that you have. Is it a video recording? Is it proof that they've been stalking you by telephone? Is it proof they've been stalking you by the internet? Whatever it may be, do you have proof? Is it overwhelming? Can the judge say, you need to be protected due to the proof you've shown? That's called an ex parte restraining order. That's number one. Though sometimes there isn't overwhelming proof and there's more of someone's word and a light amount of evidence, and typically the judge will then ask the other party to come in, hear both sides, and make up their mind whether a restraining order should happen. And then you've got the third option where the judge will throw out the RO because there isn't enough evidence brought forth, and typically the other person is called in there too, but either way. So this restraining order falls into the category of ex parte, which means you have so much evidence against you, the judge is going to go ahead and order it so that this person is safe, though the other party has 20 days to come to the court and say, yo, I'm going to defend myself. That evidence is either bunk or there's some other explanation. So, of course, the judge will schedule a date, and that person can come in, present whatever evidence he has or she, and they can or debunk the evidence that's been shown, whatever it may be, give their side, give what's going on to them, and then the judge can make their order and change their order from there. Though you can at any time, if the petitioner, the person going to the court saying, I want the RO, I'm in danger, if that person says to the judge, I have entered into a legal agreement with this guy, so we're going to use our legal agreement we've drawn up and signed, and we'll move forward with it. The court does not need to keep the RO in play, and so the RO can be dismissed without prejudice. Without prejudice, meaning, of course, like I've explained over the last 3 days, without prejudice means the evidence and conditions that got the restraining order to file ex parte is still good. The judge sees it and says it's evidence of harassment. So if you need to refile the RO, all of that evidence can be used again. Though the judge could say, if the judge throws, let's say the judge throws the RO out, it'll be thrown out with prejudice. Why? Because the evidence used was debunked, or the person lied when going to the judge and the other person came in and proved it. Then the evidence, let's say the Silverfish walked in and debunked all of KJP's evidence. I don't know how he would once you see it, but debunked all of KJP's evidence. Then the judge would throw it out with prejudice. The prejudice is that evidence is wrong. It's bad. It's debunked. It's shit. It's fake. It's whatever. If you're innocent, you will never enter into an NDA. You will never, because an NDA is just a written agreement that says, yo, I am going to be restrained by your NDA. That's why him saying a piece of paper that restrains you is called a restraining order. What does it restrain you from? Contacting KJP, talking about KJP, disparaging KJP, and other than the most basic way, you don't mention her, stalk her, go around her at all. That means in public, it means behind the scenes, it means when someone's watching, it means when no one's watching, right? Now, that RO is just a piece of paper that does those things. So if the NDA carries forth those things, factually speaking, you are still restrained. And that's why using certain semantic arguments and lying to people will form a cult sometimes. If a person stood in front of those people and demonized let's say Katie got a bunch of people together and instead of showing evidence, instead of telling the truth, decided to lie with such a veracity, with such an insanity, with such a convincing tone and nonstop, the people having weak minds or hating Katie or hating someone else wanting to join Katie's little group. she would be leading this cult of people against that person based on the lies there. Though, if it's the other way around against Katie, it means that this cult's targeted her, and you now get to make up your own mind by the first thing I'll show you is the second piece of evidence in the packet. Then we'll go to the first piece of evidence. Then we're going to look at the rest of it and play some video games when we're done. Actually, we might look at some other shit. Actually, I got some other shit to show you too. Because it turns out, if you recall, yesterday I exposed how a YouTuber, Red's Rhetoric, was involved in a harassment group. Mainly they used Discord, but they used all other apps that they had to use, as you know. Because it's kind of dumb for them to just say, oh, you use the word Discord in your title, and when you talk, so that means we only harassed on Discord. When you're really unintelligent like Reds, you get to and when you look exactly like the Tiger King, you get maybe you'll get it wrong like that. So it turns out he was going to he debunked me by showing that he doesn't use Discord, guys. Do you know what he did? He renamed his Discord account, an old Discord account that he had. He renamed it to Red's Rhetoric and took screenshots of it. I'm going to show you those screenshots after we do this. How does that show that you're not in this harassment group, though? How does this show that you didn't defend your friend and attack the person while leading the other people in the cult like you're accused? Oh, wait a minute. Him taking pictures of a Discord server like he did is just a straw man, and it's just a way to distract because he didn't even show you his main, or, well, I won't say his main Discord account, but one thing he did do is rename his Discord account to Reds. How do I know? Because that little thing that he showed he was a member of, we went and checked it a few days ago before he put out these screenshots. That account was there, but it wasn't named Red's Rhetoric. The account he showed us, he changed. Why would he change the name of a sock account to Red's Rhetoric and show it to try to debunk that he used Discord? Well, it seems like you'd only do that if you did use Discord. Though, why didn't you show him your other sock accounts in Discord, Reds? We'll get to that after you take a look at the evidence. We're going to show it now. You make up your own mind. I'm going to give you my opinion. Listen up. Public service announcement. Busy, play the public service announcement noise. Sci-fi! Public service announcement. Yes, I'm going to give my opinion. But you're an adult. We are all smart, critical thinking, intelligent adults. You don't need to let my opinion sway you or bias you. Examine what I show you. Make up your mind off that. Though, it is my YouTube channel. I am going to give my opinion. You're just going to have to deal with it if you want to watch. If you don't want to watch, I completely understand. It is 7/11 of 2021, broadcasting from the East Coast of the glorious United States of America. I'm your host, UNIRock. I've got my assistant busy somewhere over there. You're smoking crack. Do you have to do that? Why did you just say yes to me? No, you don't. No one has to do that. You do it way too much, Busy. I mean, way too much. It's starting to really... Oh, now you're going to just start the intro and play. I'm trying to talk to you. Don't sit to the front screen. Oh, that's it. I'm mad. So, one thing is, I think, apparent if you look at the description of the Facebook group. This is the group that bullied KJP by photoshopping her fucking face and just doing everything they could to fuck with her, which shows they're very jealous of the way she looks. That's the first impression I get. If you're going to try to modify her looks like that in a non-comedic way and do it in a nasty way, if it's coming from a nasty place, that is envy, that's jealousy. I don't have to go through a full breakdown on human emotion and why angry, nasty, unintelligent people would do something like that for you to get it because you're a smart person. Okay. The description says, don't you hate reporters who share fake news? People who are anti-bully but bully everybody. Let's talk. There's a new Katie Joy in town. The first claim is that she bullies people. Well, I'll agree that in the way she has doxed certain people, thrown out certain information, she bullies people. I don't think, though, her interacting with people in a nasty or snarky way is bullying. I think that's her being snarky, right? I think people are allowed to either be nice or they're allowed to not. They're allowed to be comedic. They're allowed to be jelly. They're allowed to be whatever they want. Just don't get it twisted. You guys are pissed because she's snarky to yo asses. And you think you got to get some vindictive jelly spread out on that toast, right? People who are anti-bully but bully everybody, okay? Let's talk, question mark. Obviously, they have no fucking clue what they're doing. And this is a person that's not versed in the internet. There's a new Katie Joy in town. So you claim she's evil. You claim she's a bully. You claim she files false harassment towards people. She claims that people are filing harassment fakely. She's lying. She's a liar. She does these things. That's what you claim, though now you're saying that your group is a new Katie Joy in town. Who is the new Katie Joy? I think we're actually told a lot by the description of this group. I think the leader, the creator, the administrator of the group is the new Katie Joy. So we've got a silverfish Katie Joy, and we've got a without a crystal ball Katie Joy by the description of this group. But who's in the group? The main owner is a YouTuber known as the Silverfish, but I'll be nice one time and call him Steve McRae. His girlfriend in chief, who claims to not be his girlfriend whenever anybody asks, but only he claims that she's his girlfriend, is right here. Tina, I'll cut you, is right here. And then you've got some boomers and some ding-dongs and some dodo birds. So basically, there you go. You got Steve, you got Tina, I'll cut you. Now this screenshot was a year ago plus, because all of the data you're about to see was filed at the RO. So the RO got filed with the collection of a year or 6 months or more of targeting KJP. So therefore, this group, this picture you're seeing, isn't a year ago. It's over a year ago. Somewhere between a year to 2 years, I would assume would be the best way to say it. And this person that created the group, I wonder what the rules are. I wonder what you can and can't do. As you know, they doxed people. If you've watched the targeted harassment campaign videos that I did, the two of them, you've seen the screenshots. You know what they did. What I find entirely insane is that when a woman accuses a man of SH, you know what it is? Okay. When a woman accuses a man of SH, or how about SA, or how about the R word, regardless, a negative, a uncomfortable, a sexually charged interaction that turns either verbal, physical, or the most evil, the most physical, the most, some people saying that it's one of the worst. It's worse than murder, they say, to have this done to them, to have their body violated in that way. So we're going to go to the verbal part. We're going to do to the internet part because that's what we're dealing with here. So we're going to leave the A and we're going to leave the R out of the discussion, though it's in the same realm. The A and the R are the more extreme values of the H. Got me? And that's why they restrain people when they show the H. That's why they restrain people. So the point is, this existing, I want you to know this group is ran by the man who was accused of SH. Now, yesterday, I played a video of him admitting. Oh, holy hell in a handbasket. Can I just go ahead and get the video in the bottom of general? I won't show it right now, but anyway, okay? Oh, it turns out Red's Rhetoric joined PlanerWalk server with the sock account that he showed us 27 July of 2019 and was last referenced and was last discussed 11 April of 2020. Damn, it is an active account. He lied to us, and there's a lot more evidence going to be coming out. Reds, thanks for lying. Helps me make my case against you that I've been making for a minute. Anyway, let's go to the next piece of evidence. I'm going to try. Listen, we're going to take it slow when I pull up this stuff because I don't want to pull up anything that shows. I have to check everything I pull up before I show it to you. So here we go. We've got, looks like this one. Okay. Let me just read it. Yep. And bam. All right. So I can show you this just fine. This says, Steve McRae commented in the group, and this is a comment. He says, no, she's a gossip-mongering, demonstrable liar. Well, so are you. You're a demonstrable liar. I showed many lies you told yesterday. I showed a direct. In fact, I got a lie. He wants to call her a demonstrable liar. I just want to make sure we have absolute proof put in front of you that he also is a demonstrable, verifiable liar. And I'll just take, I don't know, how about one of these clips right there?
Freaking sake. He's like, people are like, well, you know, Steve could have signed a limited liability. G was like, Steve should have done the limited liability that Kyle offered. No. Kyle decided not to do the limited liability after explaining to him, I didn't want it. I have no assets to have a limited liability corporation. Why do that? Yeah, I didn't want anything with paper. I didn't want to go through that paperwork. I wanted a handshake.
He didn't want anything with paper. Ooh, that sounds like Medi-Cal fraud. I didn't say it was. I said it sounded like
agreement from a person that I thought was honorable.
A convict drug addict that he talks all that shit about, who he thinks honorable. He's not smart. Just so you know, he's not smart. But he's also a liar. He just told me in that interview that he did not sign any papers. But listen to what he says here.
There's this narrative. You should have made a contract with Kyle before. And you didn't, so you're basically stupid.
He is. He told people both things.
He's got a contract, though.
Yeah, I have more than people
think. Yeah, I do have a contract. We don't need to see the rest. Okay, you're a demonstrable liar, just to make sure we got both of you labeled. Now, anyone who is around you, if you dare speak out against her, he says that who will attack you and your friends. Anyone is around you if you dare speak out against her. Huh. So you have an issue with people criticizing you when you criticize them, so you speak out, she can't speak out back? I think that's a little unfair. You should expect her to speak back, unless you're just a coward, unless you just are sipping your soy and it hurts your feelings or something. Now, if you want to demonstrate that she did something like, you know, leave messages on your phone over and over again, or at your boss, or at your girlfriend's boss, like you guys did from the group, or whatever it may be, you demonstrate she's done that, we'll believe you, because you guys did those things, as I showed yesterday. Anyway, she helped my partner cover up stealing $60K by fraud, for which she was found liable for in court, because you lied to the court. But either way, it doesn't matter. She didn't help anyone cover for anything. Somebody's allowed to speak what they think about what they experienced when you say things like you committed Medi-Cal fraud, which I played last night. So anyway, again, pretty dumb, but I don't follow the Duggars. You may be interested in my story about KJP, WOACB. Well, now we understand why you have 800 or 1,000 views on these blog posts, because you go around begging everybody to look at them. Makes sense. Okay, so we've gotten those meaningless things out of the way. Let's move down to the next page. Oh yeah, this one's really good. I tweeted this out earlier because, oh, it's just spicy. This is just spicy, spicy, spicy. So anyway, let's grab this. Let's hit the copy button and let's paste over here in my, well, that sucks. Okay, I got to fix this. This is why, oh, I pasted it to the wrong program. Good. Now let's get it up over here and paste it here. It should expand out, and it did. Excellent. Let's make sure we can see the whole thing. And we can. All right. And let me just erase everything in the background really quick. I just, you know, it'll just, I'll just do it in front of you. You can just see how I do it. I'm just going to select that, and we're going to erase the thing we looked at before. And we're going to select that, and we're going to erase that. So we're just left with what we're looking at now. Excellent. Give me some music, Biz. This is from the evidence turned into the judge, and it says the top 10 shred of non-existing evidence that KJP refuses to provide her followers. Well, gee, let's see. Did she fail to provide it or not? We're gonna see as this goes on. I want you to focus on that she's failed to provide her followers, and he says shred of non-existing evidence. Okay. Well, if you watched my live stream from last night, even though it was long, you're gonna know some. You're gonna notice some things. So he says, let's go ahead and zoom in here. Any of her followers or mods as her for any evidence for any of these things, they almost always get demodded and blocked. Should they insist on seeing the evidence? Oh, you're going to be surprised at what he lists. Because once we saw him post this, we gathered the evidence and showed him. Either way. Because he was lying. And things Katie's followers and non-followers are waiting for evidence of. No, well, it's a good thing we gave it to him. A shred of evidence I ever SH her. Well, let's see if my video is in Discord yet that I asked for. It's not there yet? Okay, let me see if I can tag the mods. Get me Insidious video from last night. The penis hot dog Cheshire clip, please. We'll have it in just a minute. Actually, I can pull it up from my history if you guys, you know, don't have it. But if one of you have it, it'll help me out. So we'll see. Let's go ahead and take that little swipe I put in there out. So I have a video clip of him admitting what he said to her, which any person, married, any single person, if they say no, any other person would consider what he did SH. Sorry. It's just, she said that it made her uncomfortable. She said that when she came out, she put it in a live chat. He saw it and he Barbara Streisand it. So the fact, we've got something coming in. All right, so let's see. We just want to play the evidence for everybody watching. In case you weren't here yesterday, this is not it. Yeah, that's not it. But this is it. Thank you. All right. So we're going to go ahead and I'm just going to go. We're going to do this the quick way. Yesterday, I know I talked a lot through the clips. I'm not going to do that tonight. If you want commentary for a lot of the stuff that I'm showing you, you can go back to yesterday's video. Though, let's go ahead and just hit you with this, because he says that he wants any evidence that he ever SH'd her. Now, how SH works, if you try to talk somebody into doing things sexually with you after they've told you no, or in the work environment, or both, then it is considered SH. Problem is, she told him not to talk to her like this. He did it again after Kyle walked away, and now he's going to tell you what he said. So I'm just not going to say anything and just play it, and then so we can move on. Here we go.
Yeah. And you promised the entire panel hand jobs if you got on too, so there was that.
I remember that. I remember the specific details of that.
Tell you, I just figured she. Though I mean, just
specific details of that.
Tell you, I just figured she. Look, as long as it's dark, I just figured she can get it all the way at one time, and everybody collect it simultaneously. Yeah. Let's see here.
Maybe we can just loan out the responsibility here, and we'll turn off the lights and play a game of Who's in My Mouth.
I love it.
Seems reasonable. We're gonna play the game. Whose penis is this?
I said penis again, but again, I'm saying it live. I'm not saying it pre-show. I'm going to try to avoid ever saying the word penis before a show, just so somebody can say, Steve said the word penis while looking at me in the camera. Oh, wait, and you have to be on the screen right now. There you go.
All right, we're done with that. So when you say that you're not going to ever say it again, and you say again several times, referencing the day after, 3 days after the SH allegation, I don't know how you can say that it's not what she says it is. So that is evidence. You're admitting you said it by saying, I'm never going to do it again, so I don't get accused again. It's what you just said, so let's get back to it. A shred of evidence I ever committed any fraud. I am not playing that clip again. But if you want to go to the live stream from last night, I played him. Actually, I'm playing it because I know exactly where it is and I can do it really fast. So let's go ahead and play him admitting that he tried to not take money from his partner, as he claims. I'm not going to go into all that right now. Watch last night's stream to get more commentary, more detail. Though he tells someone here who asks if his partner stole from him, he says no. And then he claims, yeah, I did tell him to pay me under the table. So when Katie repeated these things, she was just repeating something he had said. It is his fault. I want to make sure everybody understands this. It is his fault that this was said. This is going to be quick. I'm giving you the quick version tonight. Here you go. See, I told you. I remember the timestamps.
Steve and Steven, all caps. So,
Steve, did Kyle give you the opportunity to have money, but you weren't able to take it because you were on Social Security or veterans pension, and it would have affected that? And Kyle didn't, because you're making it seem as though Kyle.
No. Kyle didn't steal from me. Wow, that's all Cheshire and Steve said for the last year and a half. It's almost like they forget they admitted the opposite before and when they broke up. Wow.
Withheld money from you.
No.
When
Kyle didn't withhold money from you. You just said no to... Oh, my God.
It's very clear. I asked... Kyle said he would talk to me how it could be distributed. I asked him, okay, that's fine. Let's talk about how you're going to get it to me. He has never once told me how he's going to get it to me. He's never offered to have a discussion of how he's going to get it to me.
That's a lie. You just literally said the opposing things here. He told me how he's going to get it to me, but he never talked to me about it. Okay, lie number 82.
I said, Kyle, that's fine. Let's figure out how you're going to get it to me. I thought he was going to bring it to me in October when we have this meeting in October. He could bring cash to me.
Oh, so you did want to be paid under the table because getting paid cash at a meetup as opposed to Kyle paying you on the books with a TIN to register it for taxes so that it'll be on everything, which you were trying to avoid. You just admitted to several of the points you made in this, just in this one clip, while you boom out and have your steam coming out of your ears, causing the silver flaps to helicopter.
Okay, but he has never asked me about how he says, I've told him.
Oh, you stopped yourself. Oh, you just realized you lied. Oh, God.
He said, how do you want it? I said, well, let's discuss it. I said, fine, we'll have a discussion on it.
So this is the woman he's talking to. Very gorgeous, very intelligent, well-spoken woman. When an incel and MGTOW bumps into a woman like this is how they get. They turn into a chipmunk. Yeah.
That discussion never happened.
And by the way.
And so Reds comes in to try to cover up the lie like always. So this one just, there's your evidence. Katie. Now, why is it that Katie and Shannon Q said this along with GE, Kyle, and the rest of the co-hosts on Non Sequitur? Because what he just said in that recorded clip is the short version. He had been telling them all for months what he said in this clip. This is the condensed version of months and months and months of avoiding payouts, not wanting it to be registered, all the things that make it valid for any other person out there, and you'll meet thousands of them who know he admitted to this. This is why he lost an enormous amount of followers lying about this. It's why he lost a lot of his mind. He's lost his mind. Now, of course, what do harassers, what do people like him do when someone like Shannon Q, Kyle being a gay man, GE, Katie, what do harassers like him do when those people I just named tell the truth, but he wants them to keep it secret? and he wants to lie about it, well, he attacks them in Facebook groups behind the scenes and talks a bunch of idiot cult members into doing his dirty work for him because he's not man enough to do it himself. Now, a shred of evidence that I have a troll group that harasses her. Hold on. Let me pull this literally from the same thing I was just Oh, yeah, I just showed it to you. Wow. Remember the things I deleted from this side and that side? That was the troll group that harassed her. It doxed her. It called her names. It stalked her. It did all those things. Oh, it was disgusting. You're about to see all of it, though. So we'll just put that one check mark. Oh, sorry. A shred of evidence that I or Cheshire have ever faked any emails or screenshots. December of 2019. You promised me, and it's recorded, you would not share those screenshots you claimed came from Katie until you could take me with you, have the originator share their screen, and show me that it wasn't a fake Katie account, that it wasn't fake screenshots, by letting me watch the person open their program they talked to Katie on, clicking on her name, and showing that it linked to her account and not to a weird sock account to make fake screenshots. Though, a week later, because I gave you a week deadline, when I told you, you can't share those clips, you can't do this because they're not verified, they're fake, that's why the person will not verify them with us, because they are fake, and I proved to him that they were fake through other means, he ended up getting pissed off. And that's what led to him hating me for a long time. That was another reason he hated me. Now, you remember what happened, right? We never knew who faked those screenshots, but we ran them through very advanced analysis and found out that we extracted metadata that showed us that a program called Picasa 3.0 was used to edit those screenshots. For 7 months, 6 months, we didn't know who would ever use a boomer program that had gone out of use, years ago, that you had to go find and download on. You either had to have it on your old shitty computer because nobody used it anymore. It was an old program, or you could go download it from like old retro websites that allow, if you don't want to get Photoshop, if you're a boomer who back in like 2005 or 8 or 10 use this program, and you want to use this free program because you don't want to learn how to use Photoshop, you can't teach an old dog new Photoshop tricks, then this is what you do. And guess what happened? Well, he ended up slipping up and showing his desktop. And on his desktop, as we all know, what was there? Picasa 3.0. Now, you're going to say that's not evidence that I created or edited those fake screenshots. You were the one who brought those screenshots to the public. You were the one who tried to tell everybody they were real. You were the one that shared them around, and you were the one that did all those other things. So I'm sorry, big guy, for people to believe that you faked them because you wouldn't admit that they were fake and you kept sharing them up until even last week and claiming they were real. It's valid for us to say that, yes, you fake screenshots. If you're going to peddle fake screenshots, if you're not going to confirm your screenshots, if you're not going to fucking do anything anyone asks when it comes to proving it, yeah, sorry, big guy. That's just the way it's going to go. Sorry. My kid needed me. Okay. Shred of evidence, I or Cheshire faked any emails or screenshots. So why do people say that Cheshire faked screenshots? Because there's a massive amount of evidence that she did. She and LB put out an email, right, where it showed that she got a strike, but it was fake. Nate, the lawyer, and I busted it. Other people busted it. It is supposedly showing that she was struck on a certain day at a certain time. Though Social Blade and every other statistical website shows she wasn't struck. The video that you claimed was struck was still up on her channel, and that's one reason why we went and checked your screenshot and found out it was fake. It's so fake that if you look at it, it has spelling errors, it has formatting errors, and guess who peddled that screenshot? You and Cheshire. So yeah, because Cheshire was the one that handled the email and you were the one that handled the screenshots, You just can't handle that people hold the opinion you created the fake screenshots with Picasa 3.0 and Cheshire being a dingbat created the email. But you know what? Who cares? The point is, that is evidence. We are on the internet. We can't go and like investigate your computers. We can't subpoena things, throw you in a cell, question everybody. We can't do that. We're just on the fucking internet, bro. So if you're going to peddle fake screenshots, she's going to peddle fake emails. Once they get busted, you're not going to go tell your audience and admit it, and you're not going to do the right thing and tell people the truth. Yeah, you're going to have to live with the stigma of what you did. This is why people on the internet, if they find out that a screenshot that they have is fake, will update their audience. They won't care. They're not scared, right? They're not scared to change their opinion if the evidence is there, and they're not scared to correct themselves, because as long as they didn't fake the email or the screenshots, why do they give a fuck to update their audience? Oh, wait a minute. I think now we know why you wouldn't update your audience on the faked emails or screenshots. Oh, damn. Next up, a shred of evidence. I have multiple Twitter accounts. Oh my God, you have been busted in the last 3 to 6 months by so many different people of accidentally responding to them when you're boomer fighting with them with a sock account and continuing a conversation out of nowhere with a random sock account that when people look at it has no relation to anything that's going on, but carries the exact conversation that you were having in your exact tone, misspelling characters and things the way you do. That's called evidence that you've got multiple accounts, big guy. Deal with it. A shred of evidence I ever collected: Social Security. See, this is called a pathological lie. You know why people believe that you, they say you collected Social Security. You know why I played the clip last night. Shannon Q misspoke and instead of saying Medi-Cal said Social Security, because those two things are interchangeable. Most states it's called Social Security, but Medi-Cal, because the Cal part means California where you are at, uses Medi-Cal. So they're interchangeable words. You're trying to act like they're not so you can try to prove somebody a liar, because there's a bunch of dumb cult members that'll believe your pathological lies when you do this. So sorry, let's go. Debunked. A shred of evidence that I have ever collected: a disability. Well, you just are playing semantic games, because people, when they talk about you and your disability, are talking about your impacted colon. Anybody want to put in Discord the impacted colon clip from last night? Because we're going to need a laugh. I'm not going to play it right now, but if you will put in the general room the impacted colon clip, I will embarrass him by playing him trying to grift, lie, bullshit, and tell people that he has an impacted rectum on stream, holding up with dirty bum doo-doo fingernails the paperwork that he claims proves his impacted bum, and he does show it as a disability and all this other stuff. And that's why people sum up that situation by saying that. But because you are a semantic pathological liar, this is how you try to convince your cult of things. Next. A shred of evidence that I ever told Kyle to pay me under the table. Kyle and GE and Katie and all of them know that you were trying to get paid under the table at a meetup with cash from Kyle. You wanted Kyle to put a couple $1,000 in a duffel bag in cash, fly it over to you and hand it to you. Oh, by the way, what else did I show last night? I showed Kyle telling him no and asking him for his tax identification number, which is a TIN, T-I-N. That T-I-N, he wanted it because without it, Kyle can't pay you on the books. If you don't give him a TIN, but you ask him for money in cash in a handbag when he goes to Cali, which I played last night, that's called, by definition, I know you love him, getting paid under the table. Debunk, slam dunk, baby. A shred of evidence that I have committed any crime, participated in any criminal activity, hacking, doxing, stalking. Oh, baby. I have a clip of you doxing. Can somebody put the Lulu doxing clip in general just so I can play it sometime tonight? I'll play a clip of you literally doxing. So there you go. That's debunked. or anything illegal with regards that would require a restraining order, criminal or civil suit. Oh, I've got you covered tonight, baby. A shred of evidence I have a troll army I command, or even have ever asked a single person to harass her in any way whatsoever. Coming right up. I've challenged her followers and mods to ask her for evidence of these things. Katie calls that harassment. That isn't harassment. No, she wasn't calling you asking people for things harassment. She was calling cyberstalking, doxing, sharing her address, constantly targeting her every day for years, talking, joining groups for teen moms so that you could shit talk her, following her around, messaging to people she works with. That's called harassment. Cyber stalking and harassment. Just because you can't handle the fact that you're a proven cyber stalker, doxer, harasser, and all the other things that people have proven you are, does not mean that we just all of a sudden have to change our opinion, or else we're defaming and stuff. No, stop acting like a lolcow. What is a lolcow? A lolcow is somebody who goes out on the internet and instead of keeping private things private, they try to incite you to donate to them using a victim complex, making you feel bad for them by putting themselves in these ridiculous situations like I just showed you in these videos. They do it because they go out and tell you something because they think it'll incite a pity donation from you. And when it ends up evolving into a bad situation for them, they get made fun of for it, they get called out for it, or people play it on streams and call them a lolcow. They cry and whine and do what you're seeing. So anyway, fun fact, hundreds if not thousands have now seen the truth, which was not from her, but from groups like this and other accounts that keep accounts of her lies, mystery statements, and contradictions. Yes, you're trying to conflate YouTube criticism and actual value of commentary with your stalking campaign. You don't like me because I'm actually good enough at all this to be able to separate all those little things and show people where you're harassing and what Katie does that deserves response and commentary. Now, how can I debunk you on this? If you were commentating against her public actions and her things she does on videos and other things, and actually showing people deleted clips and such, you would just put it on YouTube videos like, oh, I don't know, all of the commentators out there do who make a lot of money out of talking about this stuff. Instead of you making it into content, you don't. Why? Because nobody on the internet wants to hear you, who does all these things to harass, lie, and all this, give commentary. You are really bad at talking and commentary, philosophy, math, all the things that you talk about. You're really bad at it. And because you know that, the only way you're going to get followers and viewers and subscribers is to spend all of your time going into groups and convincing people of constant narratives and lies. So let's show you some evidence of those things. Here we go. Next up from the document, it starts to get really fucking crazy. Okay, put this into my clipboard. We're going to paste this right here, and we are good in the hood, baby. All right. Let me just check it. Here's the next clip from the evidence packet. This is what was used to gain the RO, by the way. Flossie and Leslie want KJ exposed. Oh, where's this from? His Twitter account. Remember that all those stupid things he puts on his Twitter account? There's his @ sign. Here you go. I made them promises. Well, who cares if you make promises? You don't keep your word on anything, so why are we going to think you're going to keep your word on a promise? For fuck's sake. People are scary to talk about taboo things. I am not. Yeah, I just showed you talking about taking your penis, pushing it up against Dick Dawson's, pushing it up against Dead Cuckody's in Space's penis, and then putting them all into Cheshire's mouth at the same time and finishing at the same time. You're a disgusting fucking pervert. Creep is what you are. This needs to be addressed as KJ is harming families with kids. So who is the person bringing kids into this situation every step of the way? Well, that's what I criticized him for, attacking Katie's 7-year-old autistic kid, trying to bring that kid into his YouTube beef. Also criticized him for sharing screenshots about LB's kid, nephew, and all that stuff that happened. So he's the one that brought that into it back in December of 19, not anyone else. he is, like he's doing here, bringing people's other people's kids into it. Constantly bringing kids into it. He's trying to manipulate. He knows that people protect kids. He knows that people get upset. They get instinctual, right, when kids are involved. And he needs you. This is a cult manipulation. He needs you to think about children and think about that and get yourself in that mindset and all this so that he can manipulate you and fuck with you and get in your head and get you to do the things he wants you to do. That's what this is. He says, if I don't do it, who will? It's why you got the RO, dude. No one, and KJ moves from one group to another, scamming. We just showed proof of you literally admitting from going to group to group to group to group, spouting the lies right here, spouting these fucking lies to anyone that would listen to you. And I just debunked all of them except the last couple, because the last couple are debunked by what I'm about to show you. So, dude, you're just projecting, you're describing your own behavior, and you're playing these games, and it's what led to your RO. Now, we are going to pull up more, and it gets worse and worse and worse. Oh, no, I just fucked up my playlist. It gets worse and worse and worse as we go. So, get ready. It's going to start getting bad. I'm going to show you several of these in the same order as which it was turned in, but I have all of these original screenshots. I am a person that put this together and helped Katie turn it in. She needed a lot of clips and stuff that we had. So just so you know, this is coming from my own records. It's coming from it. And, you know, I've got to make sure that I got to read through a lot of these before I show them to you. So let me just cross everything out that I possibly can right now in this before you see it. This is one of the most disgusting and fucked up things I have ever seen a YouTuber do to another YouTuber. This is him caught in 4K. He is caught in 4K. There's no way around it. He cannot excuse it. It is absolutely filed in a court of law. It is evidence in the court. He is fucked because of this. And let me just make sure I got these last couple things. This completely fucks him sideways on his stupid arguments. So this, what are you seeing here? What do you think you're seeing here? Anybody want to take a guess at what you're seeing here? You know, I see a lot of you guys doing heists and interacting in my chat. So I'm going to give... hold on. After I ask this question, what do you think is behind all this red? Jelly Donut! What's up, buddy? I don't get a look at the chat a lot when I talk lately because I'm talking so much I don't get a look at the chat. Do you like shopping and wearing shirts and pants and socks and flip-flops and hats? Buy Under Armour. Use code UNIRockalot. Okay, anyway. This is him DMing Katie's address to people. The date is on it. He DM'd this address to people right before her docs came out in the Facebook group and right before her docs came out on Reddit and Twitter. By who? His administrators and moderators. After they doxed, I'm going to show you what he said on Twitter. After they fully doxed Katie, address, phone number, pictures of her house, they said things like, this bitch thinks she's safe, right underneath where they showed her house in the Facebook group. Right after Tina, Little Dodo, and others, WOACB commentary and others, doxed KJP. Before they'd done it, he DM'd it to almost everybody he actively talked to. This is only one screenshot but we've got him DMing this to many people. So he puts the address out just like he put the screenshots out, and then they get out. Just like he put the illegal recording of Kyle out, and then it gets shared. Just like he put Katie's address out, and then it gets out. He is the doxer. Let me see if I've got the T-bot. Yeah. So not only is this proof that he DM'd Katie's docs after I criticized him for doing this stuff, guess what he did to me? Guess what he did to me? You want to know what he did to me after I busted him for DMing Katie's docs to everybody before it went public, proving that he was the originator of the docs and a doxer? I'll show you what he did to me.
I'm going to say that him first, actually live, you know, it really clearly does show that it's most likely him. I mean, everything lines up perfectly.
Right. The name is right. The birth date is right. The town in a particular state in the Midwest is right. No, I'm not going to go into depth just how much.
This is them trying to dox me. I want you to listen to what Steve says. He's sitting there, old SILVERFEESH, Silver Flap King, helicoptering around as we speak right now on a protected Twitter account, going through the roof of whatever house he's sitting in, entering the atmosphere. Listen to what he says, because I'm going to break down a literal video of him doxing in real time. He was drunk. He was drinking as he went. This is 5 hours into the stream, and it's a recording of him doxing. Here we go.
Which I know. Just know, Uni, you don't want to fuck with me.
So his friend just threatened me after saying he knew the state, the town, and everywhere I lived and details about my life. And Steve says, how old is he?
There's two people with his name, and I don't know which one was.
He's looking at potential doxes of me. He says, there are two people with his name, but I don't what?
36, one was 38.
I don't know if he's 36 or 38, because if Steve knows that, then he's got Uni's docs. Guess who he sent my docs to? A whole bunch of people. It was wrong, but he sent it to a bunch of people. I wonder what happened to that person who actually got doxed. Do you think that people fucked with them? Because they didn't fuck with me. Yeah, I think they fucked with them.
I have a question for Steve.
No, I'm not going to go into depth just how much I know. Just know.
So after I get threatened, listen, does Steve say, hey, don't threaten him with his location and docs? Does Steve say, I'm out of here, and I'm never talking to you again, doxers, and I'm blocking all of you. Cheshire, AT2, Dick Dawson, Doxxing, and Dead Cuckities in Space, you're all blocked and kicked out of my community. I won't allow doxers. I won't allow people doing this. Or does he dox me? Take a listen.